Spiritual practices in Inuit, Yupik, and Aleut cultures that seem psychic. Today, many traditional spiritual practices among the Inuit, Yupik, and Aleut peoples, such as dream interpretation, spirit communication, and predicting environmental changes, are often described by Western observers as psychic. This is largely due to the similarities between these indigenous practices and what modern Western culture labels as psychic phenomena. Dream interpretation. Dreams have always held deep spiritual significance in Arctic indigenous cultures. Angakkuq, shamans, and community members often interpret dreams as messages from spirits, ancestors, or the natural world. These dreams might provide guidance, warnings, or insight into future events such as hunting success or environmental changes. In contemporary Western terms, such dreams are sometimes called psychic dreams, especially when they seem to predict future events or involve communication with non-physical beings. Modern psychic traditions also recognize dreams as a way to access intuitive knowledge or receive messages from the spiritual realm. For example, psychic dreams are described as dreams that provide information not available through ordinary senses, sometimes even involving telepathic communication or premonitions. Spirit communication. Angakkuq and their equivalents regularly communicate with spirits of animals, ancestors, or natural forces through trance, ritual, and dreams. These interactions are central to healing, divination, and maintaining balance with the environment. Western observers often compare these practices to mediumship or channeling, where a person claims to receive messages from spirits or non-physical entities. In psychic terminology, this is akin to spirit guides, or mediumistic experiences, where individuals report encounters with spiritual beings during altered states of consciousness. Predicting environmental changes. A remarkable aspect of Arctic shamanic practice is the ability to predict weather, animal migrations, or hunting conditions. Angakkuq might enter trance states or interpret dreams to foresee storms, changes in ice conditions, or the movement of animals, knowledge crucial for survival. Westerners sometimes interpret these abilities as precognition or clairvoyance, psychic terms for knowing about future events without using ordinary senses. Why Western observers label these practices psychic? Western observers often use the term psychic to describe indigenous spiritual practices because similarity to Western psychic phenomena. Practices like dream interpretation, spirit communication, and precognition closely resemble what Western cultures call psychic abilities, such as telepathy, clairvoyance, and mediumship. Lack of scientific explanation. When indigenous knowledge appears to provide information that cannot be explained by conventional means, e.g. predicting weather or animal behavior with uncanny accuracy, it is often labeled as paranormal or psychic. Cultural framing. Western frameworks tend to separate the spiritual from the material, whereas indigenous worldviews see them as interconnected. This leads to misinterpretation or exoticization of indigenous practices as supernatural or psychic, rather than as integral parts of a holistic worldview.